If you could go back in time, you could either vote for Donald Trump or Kamala Harris. Who'd you rather vote for?
Mm, probably Trump,
Why so?
because I thought he was a better pick than Kamala.
Okay, why so?
Mm, he's easier to listen to. He's more
Well,
charismatic. I think in terms of his, I don't know. I think he's got a lot of better qualities. I think he's more qualified.
in what way?
Uh, well, you look at Harris's work in the DA's office, done amazing things, not holding that against her. She's obviously has a lot of accomplishments in her own right, but Trump, on the other hand, he's already served 4 years. He's already was a president. I mean, how do you measure experience if you know what I mean?
Okay, okay, yeah. So experience is the most important thing. Okay, who would you like to be
No, I
candidate?
actually don't think experience is the most important thing. I think it's a huge part of it though.
Okay, so like for example, right? Hillary Clinton versus Donald Trump in 2016. Who do you think should have been the candidate?
To be honest, I see what you're about to do, but I still do think that Hillary was a little crooked. So I obviously wasn't around.
And
I
Trump
wasn't
isn't?
able to vote in that time.
No, but I'm saying if
Well,
you
I
could.
mean, oh, if I could,
Yeah.
eh, it's close. I haven't really thought about it too much. Um,
Well, like,
it could
doesn't
really
she
go
have
either way.
more experience? Like, she has experience, he didn't.
Well, she has experience doing absolutely nothing. I mean, you look at the same criticisms that Trump made on the
I could
debate
say the same thing.
stage
Can you name one thing Trump did
in
in his first
2016
term?
or when? Yeah, he shot through Qasem Soleimani, dropped you know, a ceiling on him.
That was increasing the likelihood of conflict and war with Iran.
That's your perspective. My perspective is that he was
That's what
neutralizing a
that's what
T
evidence
group.
indicates. So evidence indicates. But um,
He
so
was
that
cutting off the head of a T group.
okay. So you understand that it increased the likelihood of conflict with Iran, which continually occurred with the United States and Iran.
How so?
You understand that he Iran as well.
No, you said it continually increased the conflict. I'm asking you how so.
I just explained. He Iran, right? He continued to go against Iran, right? And they continue to
Where?
have conflict
When?
back and forth. We don't have an agreement with them, and when prior we did.
Yeah, because they're in Islamic extremist states where they don't separate religion from state.
Okay, so
Their anti-American ideals were obviously going to clash.
okay, so you believe in separation of church and state? Then why did Trump call?
Absolutely.
So then, how do you feel about Trump calling for a complete and total shutdown of Muslims entering the country
Mm, where did he say that?
when he was first running for president?
Can you pull up a quote?
Yeah,
Perhaps he was interested in border security.
bruh, that's still religious persecution.
We need to build a wall.
That was just such a weird thing for
Donald
anyone to
J.
say.
Trump is calling for a total and complete shutdown of Muslims entering the United States until our country's representatives can figure out what the hell is going on.
Yeah, so what he's saying there is, hey, if we can't figure out our own problems with our own people that are already here, we
That's
don't need to be
religious
accepting new
persecution. That's not
people.
freedom of religion. That's not separation of church and state.
Did you hear what he said?
Yes, I did.
He said that we don't need to be letting in new people if we can't already figure out what to do with our own people.
No, he's not saying new people in general. He said Muslims specifically.
I mean, he probably meant the same thing with, Latinos, Brits, Asians, et cetera,
No,
et
he
cetera.
literally just said Muslims. It was a Muslim ban.
So you think Trump just wants to ban Muslims?
That's what he said. That's literally what he just said. He said a complete and total shutdown of Muslims entering the country. Did you hear him?
I mean, you playing a snippet clip that's less than 10 seconds, right? Probably taken out of context doesn't really
It
prove
wasn't. I
anything.
played the full context.
You said, I, Donald J. Trump, yeah, don't support Muslims coming in until we have our own country fixed. Do you know like what Muslims he was talking about? Was he talking about as
He
like
said a complete and total shutdown of Muslims entering the country until our
was he
country's
talking
representatives
about
know what the hell is
Islamic
going on.
extremists?
That's what he said.
Was he talking about Islamic extremists?
He's talking about all Muslims, a complete and total shutdown of all Muslims entering the country. That's what he was talking about.
Yeah, I mean, I find it hard to believe that he would actually ban a specific religion from
He
entering
just
the
said
country.
that. He just said it, and you heard him say it.
Yeah, but I think it's out of context, is what I'm saying.
What context?
And I think
is
you
there?
know it's out of context too.
It's
I don't
not.
know.
I literally played the full context. I'm not trolling.
You played a 10-second clip that doesn't give
That
the
was
full
the full
context.
That was the full context. That was the entire.
So you're saying
statement.
that was just, so that wasn't just a snippet from a specific speech he gave?
No, it was specifically the part in reference to the Muslim ban. That's all he talked about in terms of the Muslim ban.
All
In that
right.
speech.
Trump Muslim ban. So, right, why do you think he said this?
Because he doesn't believe in freedom of religion.
I mean, but that's anti-American. Why in the world would he believe that?
He's anti-American. There you go.
No, but I don't think he actually believes that.
Yep. That's what he just said. You don't believe he believes it when you literally just heard him say it.
I'm looking at it right now. What he passed, or Supreme Court ultimately allowed the third version. So yeah, he did eventually get a version of this as an executive order in 2018.
He constitutionally can't ban every single Muslim from coming to the country, but that's what he wanted to do.
Yeah, he put visa restrictions on
certain
Kyrgyzstan,
countries that are
Myanmar, Nigeria,
Muslim majority.
Sudan, Tanzania.
Yeah, so countries that have a Muslim majority, right? He specifically went after those countries to reduce the amount of Muslims that would be able to come to our country. His goal was to literally ban all Muslims from coming to the country.
I'm looking at it right now, and it's interesting that you did not mention, Venezuela, North Korea, some of the other countries that are not predominantly Muslim.
That wasn't involved in the Muslim ban.
I'm looking at it right now in the expanded list of barred travelers.
That was not a part of the Muslim ban, though. He literally titled it the Muslim ban.
It was a part of the third revised revision of the executive order, which ultimately got ruled in 5-4.
What? So it was literally called a Muslim ban. Do you agree?
Yeah, because we can't be taking in refugees while our own country is going to shit.
So then why can we take in refugees that are not Muslim?
So let me ask you a question. Where are the majority of refugees?
Cooked. Answer that question.
Yeah, I am.
Why can we take in refugees from other that are from other religions other than Islam?
Because most of the refugees, right, are predominantly Muslim.
Wait, there are refugees that are not Muslims.
That's absolutely true.
So and you're okay with taking Christian refugees?
I think it's less so on the Muslim parts and more so on the
He literally said a complete and total shutdown of Muslims entering the country. He's like, it's a little bit less so on the Muslim part. Like, what are you talking about?
No. What I'm saying is, what he's saying, right, is that our is all out of sorts, dude. We have no what's it called? We have no cohesiveness in our own country. Why in the world should we keep letting in refugees when we can't even figure out our own shit? Do you see that? So
again, refugees are allowed to come in from every other area if they're just not Muslim. That's literally what Trump is saying, that we'll still take refugees. We can take refugees, just not Muslims.
I think it's
right
a
now.
bigger
You're being
problem.
ridiculous. You are being so ridiculous.
It's a bigger problem than just fucking Muslims. He's talking about, I think, explicitly
specifically
refugees.
Said a complete and total shutdown of Muslims entering the country. He's not specifically just talking about refugees. He's talking about Muslims. Holy fuck. You say this one more time, I'm going to kick you. This is disingenuous at this point. You're not this stupid.
Disingenuous?
You are not this stupid. I don't believe it.
How about you play his full speech in full and not just a snippet 10-second clip?
I'm not going to play the whole speech on the live stream. Why the fuck would I dedicate an hour long to watching an entire
Then don't
speech?
make your talking point.
That's the dumbest shit I've ever heard, that I have to watch an hour long on stream in order to know the
You don't
context.
have to watch an hour long, but give the full context.
What context?
So let me ask you a question.
You tell me what
lie-
context. You tell me.
Yeah, whatever the context was.
There is no more context. I told you that already.
I mean, I refuse to believe that.
Okay, well, that's just you. You refuse to
I'll look
believe what
into
is
it,
actually
but
the case.
It sounds a little.
This is why I called you dishonest. Like, genuinely, you are such a cult member that no matter what evidence I show you, you won't believe it.
I'm not even a big Trumper.
Yes, you are.
But
you literally can't possibly believe that he would do a Muslim ban when he said it and I played the audio. What are you talking about?
I'm saying he's focused more so on refugees than Muslim.
No,
he
he didn't even say refugee in that statement. He said
he was alluding to it.
He said no, he wasn't. He said a complete and total shutdown of Muslims into the country.
He was.
By the way, if you've never watched the speech yourself, how would you know that's what he was alluding to?
Because
are you
it's
okay?
pretty clear.
Wait. How can you determine that without watching the rest of the context?
Because I'm good, Parker. I'm good.
Do you see how dishonest this is?
If anything, I think
you can
you're
do it,
being
but
dishonest.
we can't.
You're being dishonest. What would
How?
happen if I played a 10-second clip of Joe Biden just stumbling and on his words and then automatically said, you know what? This guy's old and senile. Therefore, he should never, ever be president in a million years.
Well, we already accept that, and you guys already said that a million times already. That's what you guys did already. So what are you talking about?
It's not so much about the content of the... You're missing the point.
Listen, this was the full context of what he said. There is no more context. You just won't believe that there's not more context because you cannot believe that he possibly did this. It's ridiculous. This is blatant religious persecution. It's anti-American, like you said earlier. And the only reason you won't consider it anti-American now is because Donald Trump has done it.
Can I ask you a question then?
Go ahead.
Why did he not put like the most predominantly Muslim countries on the ban, like Saudi Arabia or Qatar?
So that would be specifically like because he specifically has deals with them. And again, that's going to be something that needs to be addressed on his behalf, right? Particularly, right? And again, that's not like going to be relative to the claim that he made. He made a claim.
What about Pakistan? Pakistan's not on here.
Jesus Christ, dude. Just because every single country that has a Muslim majority does not specifically get banned does not mean that he did not say this.
No, I'm talking about the countries with the biggest Muslim population.
Yes. And I'm telling you, he's already claimed that this is what he wants to do.
Then why not ban the biggest countries with the biggest Muslim population? If that's what he wants to do.
Well, then ask him that. He said this. Okay? Can you please, at this point, just look into it? Because this is so ridiculous. This isn't even disputed by anyone. He said this. This is obvious. No one disputes this. No one. I've never heard someone dispute this.
You've never heard anyone dispute this?
No, because it's blatantly obvious that he did this.
Well, maybe perhaps you need to hear more perspectives.
I talk to Trump supporters every single day for 4+ hours. What do you mean I need to hear more perspectives? What the are you talking about? Genuinely, like that is the most insane, unhinged statement someone's ever made on my live stream. I need to hear more Trump supporters' perspectives. That's my job, dude.
Your job?
Yeah, it's literally my job to do that.
Oh. Well, I mean, I hate to tell you
that you said that.
Yeah, but like, to be honest, if he wanted to ban Muslims, why not go for the jugular? You know what I'm saying?
Ask him that, not me. This is literally like what he said.
You're the one making the points.
Well, he said this.
Donald J. Trump is calling for a total and complete shutdown of Muslims entering the United States.
Except the biggest countries that home Muslims. I mean, like, how does that make any sense?
So he's specifically getting countries that he can. So you can ask him that, but that's him calling for that. Do you at least admit that what he called for was anti-American?
I think you taking it out of context and presenting it the way it is.
How about you provide me How about you provide me the greater context?
Is it 100% anti-American? Yes.
How about you provide me the greater
out of context?
How about you provide the greater context? You know, any single time a Trump supporter doesn't want to accept
Muslim travel ban.
Single time the Trump supporters do not want to accept the conclusions of something, they just say you're taking it out of context. You're taking it out of context, even though there's literally no evidence of any other broader context to this.
And your rebut is, oh, he's got business deals in Qatar, Pakistan, Saudi Arabia, where they home the biggest Muslim population in the world.
He literally has active business deals. Yes, he has active business deals that because of his active business deals, he doesn't want to limit travel from their country because he has active business deals with them.
Like, do you have the tinfoil hat on now, or did you just
That's not a tinfoil hat. That's the description.
But it sounds so far-fetched.
It's not.
I mean, to be honest, it sounds like you're not well equipped to give this talk.
I'm not well equipped. I literally have provided to you completely. You're being disingenuous.
You can say I'm being disingenuous all you want.
It's
but
the facts.
At the end of the day, I mean, we can talk about something else besides the Muslim travel ban. When he's referring to refugees, dude, like, I don't know.
There was no
To be
basis for that.
honest,
Wait, what context said that he was referencing refugees?
can you play like the full clip, dude? Like, there's got to be something
I've
longer than a
already,
10-second clip.
I played the full clip. Yes.
I'm sure the speech and the topic were longer than 10 seconds.
I'm sorry. I played more than 10 seconds for you. I played 30 seconds. Okay.
The clip you played is not 30 seconds.
Yes, it is. It is literally 31 seconds long.
Okay. I mean, did you vote for Kamala?
Yes.
Why did you vote for Kamala?
Why did I vote for Kamala? Nice pivot, but we'll go for it because that's obvious that Donald Trump literally did call for a complete and total shutdown of Muslims entering the country. I voted for Kamala Harris because she is a better alternative and actually advocate for policies to benefit working class Americans, like the increase the child tax credit, specifically to $6,000 for the first year of a child's life, $3,600 through them being 5 years old, $3,000 through them being 18, from $2,000 under the Donald Trump administration. Right, plus
Sure.
the $25,000 tax credit for first-time home buyers for new homes, $2,000 cap on pharmaceuticals out of pocket. Right, I think those are good policies.
I mean, have you looked at any of Trump's policies, like
They're
Agenda
dog.
7? They're dog shit.
Yeah, like his big beautiful bill that he passed cuts 420,000 children off of free school lunch and breakfast on average every single month. Plus, cuts 2.5 million people off their access to food stamps on average every month, and over 10 million people off their access to health insurance, while
That's
adding
interesting how
$3.4
you put
trillion
it.
to the debt
How
and giving
I've, how
massive
I've
tax breaks
perceived
to
it,
millionaires and billionaires.
how I've perceived it is that he is helping out the middle class by no tax on tips and no tax on overtime up to $25,000.
That's
Moreover,
for tips.
right, the
Overtime's
cuts,
12,500,
the
and
cuts,
that's a deduction, meaning it's
the
deduction from your
cuts that
taxable
you
income.
said, the cuts that you said, right? I was under the impression that was for waste, fraud, and abuse. They even said as
Nope.
much on the WhiteHouse.gov.
It didn't say waste, fraud, and abuse in the bill. It has nothing to do with waste, fraud, and abuse. If it was
Then
waste,
why
fraud,
did
and abuse,
then
you'd
why
be
did they
cutting
say
Donald
that
Trump.
on the then why did they say that on the WhiteHouse.gov thing where they outlined
Yeah,
it?
because that's the Trump administration trying to lie and claim the best. That's literally the WhiteHouse.gov is the Trump administration. I'm not trolling. That is a partisan source.
So you think okay, hold on.
Yes, there's a WhiteHouse.gov from the Biden administration that claims the world for the Biden administration as well. Okay.
So you think they're just clearly lying and they're just so
It's-
ill-intentioned and they're just evil.
Yeah, that's actually.
I mean, that's what I'm hearing.
Yes, with the Trump administration, that's actually all true. Yes. That's
What about
actually
during
all
his
true.
what about during his first admin, the 2017 tax cuts for the TCGA?
Yeah, so Kamala Harris wants to keep all the tax cuts from the TCJA for income earners under $400,000 a year, and she only wanted to increase taxes on income over $400,000 a year, which would cause $4 trillion less debt-related spending, signed into law according to the Committee for Responsible Federal Budget, a bipartisan committee from the federal government.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now, and it seems that Donald Trump wanted to do like almost the exact same thing. Under the TCGA,
No,
he increased the
most of his
credit per
tax cuts went
child.
to the top 1%.
He increased the credit per child and made it more available to middle
From
income
1,000 to
families.
2,000. She wants to go from 2,000 to 6,000 for the first year of a child's life, 3,600 through them being 5 years old, 3,000 through them being 18. When implemented in 2021 through the Emergency American Rescue Plan, it reduced childhood poverty in this country by 45%.
I mean, can you give me something about Kamala that's non-policy related?
What would you like to hear? I'm confused. Give me something about a politician in terms of what they're going to do that's non-policy oriented.
Yeah, where's her humanity? Like, what can you demonstrate that she has some sort of like
Why do I have to
she's like
Why do I have to demonstrate her
better
humanity? Why isn't that blatantly obvious to you? Why do I have to demonstrate her humanity to you? That's crazy. That you're telling
because
me I have to
I don't
demonstrate
think-
her humanity to you.
Yeah, I don't think she was a good pick at all, dude.
What about
But
her?
I don't think
Wait. What about her humanity would I have to demonstrate to you? Like, do you not believe she's human or something?
No, obviously I believe she's human. I don't know why you would insinuate that.
Well, that you
My-
were saying that. Do you question Trump's humanity?
I mean, sometimes.
Well, I think you'd have better reason to question Trump's humanity.
Yeah, I mean, I am critical of him in some instances. I think the whole thing in California with ICE was a little wishy-washy. I don't think it was as clear-cut as he'd like it to be. I think partly that was due to some of the pushback he received in the LA riots. But I think Trump has something that Kamala will never have.
What?
Talent. He knows how to speak to people in a very, very easy way. He's easy to understand, man. He's a genius. He's an intellectual, business, and linguistic genius.
Stop!
Then why do you think he gained so many people at his rallies,
please. Dude? No, you did not think that. You think he's an intellectual genius, bro? I need you to listen to this clip real quick. There's a clip here that I would love for you to listen to real quick. This would be great. Take a quick listen real quick.
Yeah, I'm just saying his charisma by and large.
Stop. No charisma. Absolutely.
He has no charisma? Are you crazy?
No, listen.
Nothing bad can happen. It can only good happen. But with Tylenol, don't take it.
And then I see the disinfectant where it knocks it out in a minute, 1 minute. And is there a way we can do something like that by injection inside or almost a cleaning? I love Diddy.
Working for Diddy for 6 years trained me to have to be perfect.
Working for Diddy?
Absolutely.
I love Diddy. You know, he's a good friend of mine. He's a good guy. There has only been, listen to this, one such whale off the coast of South Carolina in the last 50 years. But on the other hand, their windmills are causing whales to in numbers never seen before.
I think we want to work with you to really recognize the changing climate and what it means to our forests, and actually work together with that science. That science is going to be key, because if we ignore that science and sort of put our head in the sand and think it's all about vegetation management, we're not going to succeed together protecting Californians.
Okay, it'll start getting cooler. You just watch.
I wish science agreed with you.
I don't think science knows, actually.
You mentioned the Bible. You've been talking about how it's your favorite book. I'm wondering what one or two of your most favorite Bible verses are and why.
I wouldn't want to get into it because to me that's very personal. You know, when I talk about the Bible, it's very personal, so I don't want to get into it.
Seems reasonable to me.
There's no verse that means a lot to you that you think about or cite?
The Bible means a lot to me, but I don't want to get into specifics.
Even to cite a verse that you like?
No, I don't want to do that.
You're an Old Testament guy or a New Testament guy?
Probably equal. What would happen if the boat sank from its weight and you're in the boat and you have this tremendously powerful battery and the battery's now underwater and there's a shark that's approximately 10 yards over there? Do I stay on top of the boat and get electrocuted, or do I jump over by the shark and not get electrocuted? I love the poorly educated. Smart people don't like me.
I mean, all of these are like, I guess, what, a Trump compilation of some of his, funny moments. I don't know what to tell you, but it's interesting how you'll play a longer clip for this, but not for the other thing.
That was literally the clip that existed. That was the whole clip. Okay. I also have other clips to show you. Like, do you want to hear him saying that if Jesus were the vote counter in California, that he would win?
What is your
Trump
clips?
Also sitting down for
what the hell? Why did it link me to this?
What are your clips demonstrating?
That he's insane and he's not a intelligent person.
He's insane for not wanting to get personal about his religion on a broadcast?
Well, that, for example, he specifically didn't know a verse because the next time he was asked that same question, he said 2 Corinthians.
Dude, what are you talking about, dude? He doesn't want to get personal on a live interview.
No, he answered it. He answered it. He answered the next time and said 2 Corinthians. Do you know what's wrong with that?
I mean, I'm not a religious person myself.
Okay, well, it'd be 2 Corinthians. It's not 2 Corinthians. That's not how.
Did you understand what he meant?
I understand what he meant, but it makes him look stupid.
I mean, do you ever say things that are not exactly 100% accurate, but you understand and that other people will understand?
Nothing bad can happen. It can only good happen.
Yeah, he's just saying nothing bad can happen. Only good stuff can happen.
Nothing bad can happen. It can only good happen.
It can
only good stuff can happen.
It can only good happen.
You knew what he meant. You were able to.
Smart people don't like me.
Well, I think he means smart in quotation marks because a lot of the scientific community disagrees with him on a lot
Oh,
of
yeah,
stuff.
the scientific, yes, scientists disagree with him. Yes. Yeah,
Yes, because
actually.
it's because Fauci is so
So he's like Donald Trump disagrees with scientists as a whole. And who's right? It must be Donald Trump, right? It must be Donald Trump. And it's smart in quotations. All the scientists must be really stupid, right?
No, I think he's referring to Fauci because he conflates socialism with
Just
science.
Fauci? No, he doesn't.
Yeah, Fauci does.
No, he doesn't. When did Fauci think socialism is science?
When he tries to force mandates on literally everybody and said it was for
That's
the will
not
of the
socialism. That's not socialism.
people. When he's mandating vaccines.
Mandating a behavior is not socialism. What are you talking about?
He's
You think
suggesting
mandating
this.
something is socialism? Can you define socialism?
Dude.
Can you define socialism?
Yes, of course I can. I can also define communism. I can define
Go ahead,
fascism.
define socialism and communism. Go for it.
Yeah, which one do you want me to do first?
Socialism.
Yeah, okay, we can go with do you want like market socialism, democratic socialism? What do you want?
Just a
Or just
broad
like a
definition
blanket
for
just a
socialism.
blanket. Okay, yeah, you just want a blanket thing. It's where okay. It's where the government plays a specific and significant role in regulating public services, market goods.
He
the
totally
economy.
looked this up. He totally looked this up. That was the Google AI response. I'm not trolling.
And-
I know
and
for a
with-
fact that
with
was. I know for a
communism-
fact that was. Not
with
only do I know for a fact
communism-
that was, but it's not even an accurate definition, right? Specifically, it
With
would be
communism- Are
socialism.
you gonna let me finish?
Well, you're wrong. But go ahead. Go ahead and read that off Google.
I'm not wrong. And with communism, right, they argue for what? A classless, stateless, and I think at the end goal, like a moneyless society, right, where the people, or well, actually, the government or state owns the means of production.
People in the means of production. So you're actually right with communism, right? And
Yeah.
I knew you read that off Google. That's okay. It's okay, but
I
you can just
mean,
say that you don't know the definitions for these terms. You don't have
You
to like
can
search it up
you
on
can say I
Google
read
to
it off
act
of
like
Google
you do.
all you want.
I know
man.
for a fact you read off Google because I can literally look it up on Google right now and it'll say the same thing it said. Do you want to bet? Do you want to bet that the first thing I will look up define social? Like I'll look up socialism. Let's look up what it says. I bet it says what you say.
I mean, you can look it up. I mean, you have the power to do that. And I thought socialism was where the people and the workers own the means of production, not the
There you go.
governments.
You're right there. Perfect. That is
No,
that's
but in
correct.
communism, it is
Socialism
No,
is
but
the
in
workers control the means of production. Yes.
no, but you just said it. You just said in communism, the people own the means of production.
Yes. Yeah, those are interchangeable. Like you could say the same thing for socialism. I'd be okay with accepting that. The people own the means of production.
Yeah, I was under the impression that was true with socialism, but not communism. I thought there was some like overseer type, like government, like authoritarian, sometimes authoritarian figure.
No. So historically, communists
Similar
have tried
to like Mao, Stalin.
Yeah, so think about this. Historically, communists have tried to, like ideologically, communists have tried to get to communism by using authoritarianism. But that doesn't mean that communism itself has an authoritarian model within it. Because communism, once it's achieved, would be a stateless society, meaning that there's no monopoly on violence. Which I'm not a communist, I'm not a socialist, I'm just telling you what it is. I'm not a communist or a socialist, I'm just telling you what it is. I used to be, but I'm not anymore.
Why did you switch?
Because I think that you can achieve all of the goals that I would want to in terms of better conditions for the working class and better treatment of workers in general and people in society and a more fair and justice system without specifically going towards communism. I would actually argue that communism and socialism going towards those systems could create worse conditions, right? Comparative to like a social democratic model that keeps it open for incentives and worker cooperatives.